Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do a foundation review, and it has been a while since I have reviewed a foundation. I just haven't been trying out a lot of new makeup and I kind of stick with the foundations that I know and like, but I decided to try a new one because a Kiko store recently opened near me in Glasgow, and I love Kiko, I love their makeup, so I bought a bunch of stuff to try out from there, and one of the things I got was a foundation. So this is the Unlimited foundation. It looks like this, and it is in the shade Warm Beige 30. So this cost $14.90, pretty affordable for a foundation, and I really wanted to try out the Kiko foundation. It comes in a nice glass bottle. I got this in the shade Warm Beige 30. They have a pretty good shade selection. It comes in like beige, rose undertones and neutral. I was going to go for the one lighter than this, which was the lightest beige shade, but sometimes I think I wear foundation too light, so I went for this one. And yeah, I will put it on my face now. So first, before I apply it, I'm going to put on this matte fluid from Kiko. It's a moisturising and mattifying fluid. I've been using this for the past about week or two and it is amazing. It's like a primer, but it doesn't have that like primer silicone-y feeling. Sometimes I think a primer can feel a little heavy. This is more like a moisturiser. It goes on like a moisturiser, but it makes your skin really nice and matte under your makeup. It lasts all day. I know, like recently when I said that I like being matte, people were like, oh no, dewy is much better finish, but especially when I have a fringe, I like a nice matte finish. I just like matte. I just like to put my makeup on and not have to worry about oiliness during the day. So this stuff I would really recommend if you like a matte finish or you like to control oil if you have oily skin. It is really, really good, and it doesn't have that heaviness of a primer. It's very light on the skin. It literally just absorbs in. You don't feel it on your skin at all. I'm going to use the Real Techniques brush. I don't know which one it is. I just know it's a Real Techniques one. And I'll start with one pump. So the shade I think is pretty good. It has warmth in it, but it is not too orangey or yellow. I like foundation to be like lighter rather than darker. I just think a dark foundation I cannot work with. It looks so obvious, whereas if I have it a little lighter then I can like build it up. Okay, so that's 2 pumps on the left hand side of my face, and I would say the colour is a pretty good match. On the camera it looks a little lighter than in this mirror here. I would say it's just a tiny little bit darker than my skin tone on my face and neck, but not too much, it doesn't really have like a line or anything. It's just a little tiny bit darker than I would probably go for normally, but I think the shade down would have been really, really pale. Coverage wise, it has definitely covered some redness that I have on my forehead and evened out my skin tone on the other side compared to this side. It feels nice and light, and it definitely doesn't feel like I'm wearing a ton of foundation. Coverage wise, I would say it's not the highest coverage, more of like a medium coverage at the moment with 2 pumps on that side. So I'll just go ahead and do the other side of my face. Okay, so I've done 4 pumps across my whole face. I wouldn't want to put any more than that on because I feel like it kind of like settles on your pores and looks really kind of obvious, and almost like if you try to blend it during the day it's like really thick. So that's as much as I'd like to put on. I like the coverage, I do like the colour. The only thing is on my forehead I have a little bit of dryness and it's kind of clung to that, but that's to be expected because it is dry, and I use the mattifying moisturiser which might make it look more dry. Overall across my face it looks pretty good. It has a nice, it doesn't have a totally matte finish. It's more like a satin, I think that's exactly what, satin finish. But I'll just go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup. Okay, so that is the rest of my makeup done, and I've been wearing my glasses today. So the foundation looks pretty good. It's a good match. I like the coverage. I put some powder on top of the foundation just because that's what I usually do. That's how I like to set my makeup, and it looks good underneath the powder. It is 11 o'clock just now, and I'll see throughout the day how the foundation lasts. Okay, so now it is 2:30. So I've only had the foundation on for about 2.5 hours, but now I've got home and literally I felt like taking my foundation off because I've been sneezing all day and like feel really full of allergies, but I'll keep it on for the sake of the review. So I'll take my glasses off. The first place foundation always comes off, of course, is where my glasses have been sitting. But that is to be expected. That happens with literally every single foundation. And of course it has happened. I have my glasses marks here and here. But actually around my nose, considering I have been sneezing and wiping my nose, the foundation has lasted pretty well. It hasn't settled too much in my pores. And I don't really think I need like a touch up of powder, which usually I would do about this time. So it's lasting pretty good, and I do still like the colour. Sometimes I think foundation throughout the day in different lights it can look dark or whatever, but the colour is a pretty good match. So it's the end of the night. I'm just about to take off my makeup, and the foundation at the moment is a little bit oily on my forehead, even with the mattifying moisturiser that I put on this morning. But I didn't top up my powder during the day, and I normally would do that, so I think with a powder touch up that would help, or with a proper primer underneath. But overall the coverage is still good considering I was blowing my nose all day because I had really bad allergies today. The glasses marks, obviously they didn't really get any worse than how they were this morning kind of. And apart from my nose losing foundation from blowing all day, it's still pretty good everywhere else, and the colour looks a little yellow in this light, but it lasted pretty well all day and it feels nice and light. It doesn't feel cakey or anything like that. So overall I like this foundation. I like the colour, I like the coverage, and for the price it's really good. Only $14.90, so I would definitely recommend this foundation. Thanks for watching, bye!